Hello and welcome to Study History with Mr. P. In this video I'm going to look at the influence of the church on crime and punishment in the medieval period. So the church was extremely powerful throughout the period 1000 to 1500. It controlled people's thoughts and actions and influenced continuity and change in crime and punishment. Trial by ordeal was a key feature of this. So the church was involved in deciding whether people accused of crimes were guilty or innocent. Trial by ordeal was used after all other ways. The church carried out a trial by ordeal in which God was the judge, and there were a number of trials by ordeal. The main ones were as follows. Ordeal by cold water. The accused was tied up and allowed into water that had been blessed by a priest. A person who sank was innocent, a person who floated was guilty. But because an innocent person who sank had been accepted by the pure water. But of course, if they sank, they then died anyway. There was also ordeal by hot water. The accused put their hand in a hot cauldron filled by boiling water. And this was not dissimilar to ordeal by hot iron, where the accused had their hand burned by hot iron. After trial by hot water or hot iron, the hand was then bandaged. 3 days later, this bandage was removed. If the hand was healing well, then the accused was innocent. If it was healing badly, the accused was innocent. The problem with this, though, it really depended on the bandage more than guilt. Trial by ordeal, though, came to an end in 1215 because the Pope ordered priests to stop organising them. An alternative way to decide guilt or innocence had to be found, and in England, trial by jury came to be used. Church courts also had a role. So by the 11th century, the church had set up courts to deal with moral crimes. Church courts wanted criminals to be able to reform and to save their soul, and punishments like maiming allowed criminals to do so. However, in the late 12th century, King Henry II tried to limit the power of the church. And so the church and the church courts became less involved in crime and punishment. Benefit of the clergy was where members of the clergy, or the idea that members of the clergy were only tried in church courts for committing crimes. So church courts were seen to be more lenient and open to abuse, and it was easy for anybody to claim to be a member of the clergy. The church also offered sanctuary. This was a safe hiding place to people accused of a crime. The clergy would report the crime, but the accused would swear an oath and agree to leave the country within 40 days, which was a way out of a crime for many people.